Have you ever considered why you were born into your specific family? Why is your mother the way she is, and not someone completely different? This seemingly simple question holds one of the deepest mysteries of human existence. The truth is, your soul didn't arrive here by chance. Long before you took your first breath, your spiritual essence made a conscious and deliberate choice, a choice that would completely alter the course of your earthly journey. Imagine a vast room filled with millions of souls, each about to incarnate. Every soul has the opportunity to choose the circumstances of its next life, the country, the time period, the family, and most importantly, their mother. This isn't a fantasy. It's a spiritual reality that governs our existence. Your soul observed thousands of possibilities. It could have chosen to be born into a rich or poor family, a well-structured one, or one with deep challenges. It could have chosen a loving, present mother or a distant, strict one. But from all these infinite options, it chose the exact situation you live in today. And if you're still here, diving deep with me, let's make it official. You've got 5 seconds to like the video and subscribe to my channel. Comment 100% if you're done. Let's keep this journey going. This means there are no accidents in life. There is no such thing as luck or misfortune regarding the family we're born into. Every detail, every characteristic of your mother, every behavioral pattern she has was carefully evaluated by your soul before incarnation. But why would your soul do this? Why would it deliberately choose a situation that can sometimes be challenging, painful, or incomprehensible? The answer lies in the evolutionary nature of the human soul. Our soul doesn't come to this earth in search of comfort or ease. It comes in search of growth, expansion, and spiritual evolution. To evolve, it needs specific experiences that can only be provided by specific people. Your mother is one of those essential people. Think of it like an advanced video game. Before you start playing, you choose the difficulty level, the challenges you want to face, and the skills you want to develop. Your soul did exactly that before you were born. It chose your mother as the perfect person to create the learning situations you needed to experience. This doesn't mean your mother is perfect in the human sense of the word. It means she is perfect for what your soul needs to learn. If your mother is overprotective, your soul needs to learn about independence. If she is distant, your soul needs to learn about self-love. If she is critical, your soul needs to develop self-confidence. Every aspect of her personality, every reaction she has, every word she said or didn't say, all of that was foreseen and accepted by your soul at the moment of choice, not as punishment, but as an opportunity for growth. This perspective completely revolutionizes our relationship with our personal story. Instead of seeing ourselves as victims of circumstance, we begin to see ourselves as brave souls who consciously chose the necessary challenges for our evolution. When we understand that our soul chose our mother, we stop blaming fate for our family challenges. We start to see each difficulty as a planned lesson, each conflict as an opportunity for growth, and each painful moment as a catalyst for our spiritual transformation. This is not just a comforting theory, it's a profound spiritual truth that has the power to transform our lives. When we understand that we chose our journey, we take full responsibility for our evolution and, consequently, for our happiness. Now, we need to dive deeper into this mystery because that choice doesn't happen alone. It involves a mutual agreement, a sacred contract established between two souls before incarnation. Imagine two people meeting at a cafe before a long and dangerous journey. They look into each other's eyes, shake hands, and make an agreement. I'll help you with this, you help me with that. No matter what happens during the journey, we'll fulfill our part of the deal. This spiritual agreement is much deeper and more binding than any earthly contract. On the spiritual plane, your soul and your mother's soul met and established a specific pact. They defined exactly which experiences would be shared, which lessons would be taught, and how each would contribute to the spiritual growth of the other. This contract isn't one-sided. It's a bilateral agreement where both parties know exactly what they're going to give and what they're going to receive. Your mother also has specific lessons to learn through the experience of being your mother. Perhaps your soul committed to teaching your mother about unconditional love through your vulnerability as a baby, or maybe it agreed to challenge her limiting beliefs through your rebellious behavior in adolescence. Every stage of your life was planned to fulfill a specific part of that contract. The most fascinating thing is that these contracts are always based on the purest love that exists. Even when your mother acts in a way that seems harmful or painful, she is fulfilling her part of the agreement to help you grow spiritually. And you, even when you cause her worry or challenges, are fulfilling your part of the agreement to help her evolve. This understanding also explains why certain family dynamics repeat across generations. It's no coincidence that specific behavioral patterns pass from mother to daughter or from father to son. These are agreements between groups of souls who incarnate together repeatedly to work through specific issues until they are completely resolved. Your mother may have agreed to be the catalyst for you to develop your inner strength. You may have agreed to be the mirror for her to see her own unhealed wounds. Both parties benefit from this process, even if it seems challenging on the human level. Furthermore, a deeper force governs the choice of your mother, the karmic patterns that run through generations and create a complex web of lessons that need to be learned and issues that need to be resolved within specific family lineages. Karma is not punishment, it's education. It's the universe's perfect system to ensure that all the necessary lessons for our evolution are learned, even if it takes several lifetimes. And one of the most effective ways to work through karma is through family dynamics. Your soul didn't just choose your mother for her individual traits. It chose the entire ancestral lineage that comes with her. It saw the unhealed wounds passed down, the repetitive behavioral patterns, and the limiting beliefs transmitted. Your soul chose access to that entire ancestral library. This means you inherited not only physical traits, but also deep energetic patterns that may have been active for hundreds of years. You may carry the wound of a great-grandmother who lost a child prematurely. You may be repeating a pattern of difficult relationships that has existed in your family for generations. But here's the crucial point. You didn't inherit these patterns to perpetuate them. You inherited them to transform them. Your soul volunteered to be the person in this lineage who will finally break certain negative cycles and raise the energy of the entire ancestral family. You are the link in the chain with enough strength to break free. By doing so, you also free all the generations that came before and all that will come after. Your mother is your first and most important spiritual teacher, even if she doesn't know it, and even if her teaching methods are completely different from what we usually associate with spirituality. Forget the image of a guru sitting on a mountain. Your true spiritual teacher may be in the kitchen making food, worried about your grades, or even yelling at you to clean your room. Every interaction with her is a disguised lesson. Every reaction of hers is a mirror reflecting aspects of yourself that need to be understood. From the moment you were born, your mother began teaching you the deepest lessons about human existence. She taught you about trust, safety, and love. But the most important lessons often came through the challenges, not the easy moments. When your mother disappointed you, she taught you that you can't rely completely on others for your happiness. When she was critical, she taught you to develop your self-esteem independently. When she was overprotective, she taught you about the importance of personal freedom. Every flaw your mother has is actually a pedagogical tool precisely calibrated to teach you something specific. The most incredible part is that she doesn't always need to be aware of this teaching role. The deepest lessons often come through her unconscious patterns and automatic reactions. The most profound lesson your mother came to teach you has to do with unconditional love, often through its absence. This is one of the hardest truths to accept, but also one of the most liberating. Unconditional love doesn't depend on your behavior, achievements, or appearance. It exists simply because you exist. If your mother wasn't able to express that unconditional love, the lesson becomes even more powerful, though more challenging. The absence of maternal unconditional love forces you to develop something that many people who receive that love easily never needed to learn: the ability to love yourself unconditionally. When your mother only loved you when you got good grades, you learned that conditional love isn't true love. These painful experiences led you to an inner search for genuine self-love. The mother who cannot give unconditional love is, in fact, teaching you not to depend on anyone else to feel loved. She is forcing you to develop your own internal source of love and acceptance. This doesn't mean we should be grateful for inappropriate treatment or accept harmful behavior. It means we can extract wisdom even from the hardest experiences. We can turn the wound of a lack of maternal love into the strength of developed self-love. Traumas and painful experiences you lived with your mother are not accidents. They are carefully planned portals for your spiritual transformation. Your soul knew exactly which painful experiences it would need to go through to develop certain spiritual qualities. It knew that to develop genuine compassion, it would need to know pain. To develop inner strength, it would need to face adversity. To learn about forgiveness, it would need something meaningful to forgive. Trauma is not something that happens to you. It's something that happens through you to transform you. It is the fire that burns the impurities of your soul and reveals the pure gold within you. Each specific trauma develops specific spiritual capacities. Abandonment develops independence and self-confidence. Constant criticism develops genuine self-esteem and the ability for internal validation. Emotional neglect develops sensitivity and empathy. The process of healing maternal trauma is, in fact, a process of reclaiming your personal power. It's discovering that you are not defined by what happened to you, but by how you choose to respond. When we understand trauma from this perspective, it stops being something that victimizes us and becomes something that empowers us. A fascinating phenomenon that governs the relationship between you and your mother is energetic mirroring. Your mother is a living mirror that reflects back to you aspects of your own soul that you need to recognize, accept, or transform. And this dynamic works both ways. Everything that deeply bothers you about your mother exists in some way within you. Everything you admire most about her is also part of your essence. If you get irritated by her anxiety, it's because there's an anxious part of you that needs to be understood. If you get frustrated with her excessive control, it's because there's a controlling part of you that needs to be acknowledged. This doesn't mean you're exactly like your mother. It means you carry within yourself the potential to express the same qualities she expresses, both positive and challenging. The mirroring also works in the opposite direction. You reflect back to your mother aspects of herself that she needs to see. Your successes show her the potential she may not have fully developed. Your challenges show her family patterns she may need to heal. When you develop qualities your mother doesn't have, you're completing something your family lineage needed to develop. When you break patterns she repeated, you're healing something that affected previous generations. You are the natural evolution of the family's energy. The most incredible thing is that as you evolve and integrate your own shadow aspects, your relationship with your mother automatically improves. When you accept your own anxiety, her anxiety stops bothering you so much. When you recognize your own controlling side, her control becomes less irritating. You are no longer reacting to the mirror. You are clearly seeing what's being reflected. This understanding completely transforms the family dynamic. Instead of trying to change your mother, you focus on integrating in yourself the qualities she represents. In the end, we arrive at the most transformative understanding of all. Your mother was a gift your soul gave to itself, a gift carefully chosen, precisely calibrated, and perfectly suited for your unique spiritual evolution. To honor this gift doesn't mean to idealize your mother or pretend everything was perfect. It means to recognize your soul's courage in choosing exactly the experiences needed for your growth, even knowing that some would be challenging on the human level. Think for a moment about the person you've become, your capacity for understanding, your inner strength, your wisdom, your compassion. Each of these qualities was developed through the specific experiences you had with your mother. You wouldn't have become exactly who you are today with any other mother. If you are especially empathetic, it may be because your mother showed you what it's like to be hurt and in need of understanding. If you are particularly strong, it may be because she placed you in situations that required you to discover your inner strength. To honor the gift of your choice also means to take full responsibility for your current life, not as self-blame, but as empowerment. When you understand that your soul consciously chose your starting point, you also understand that you have full power to decide your destiny. You are not a victim of your childhood circumstances. You are a co-creator of your life experiences. One of the most powerful ways to honor this gift is to transform your experiences into wisdom that can help others. When you use the lessons you learned through your relationship with your mother to help someone going through similar situations, you are multiplying the value of the gift you received. Your transformed wounds become your unique gifts to the world. Honoring the gift also includes expressing genuine gratitude, not for the suffering itself, but for the strength you developed through it. Gratitude not for the limitations you faced, but for the freedom you achieved by overcoming those limitations. When you can look at your mother and think, "Thank you for agreeing to play this challenging role in my spiritual evolution," you reach a level of spiritual maturity that transforms not only your relationship with her, but your relationship with life as a whole. This understanding frees you from the need for a close or easy relationship with your mother on a human level. You can find peace and gratitude on a spiritual level regardless of how your day-to-day interactions unfold. You can honor the soul contract while still setting healthy boundaries in your everyday life. One of the most transformative practices is to write a letter to your soul. In it, thank your soul for the wisdom of choosing exactly the mother you had. Acknowledge the courage it took to make that choice, and honor the trust your soul had in your ability to not only survive those experiences, but to transform them into wisdom and power. When you truly honor the gift of your choice, you become free. Free from the victim role, free from the need to blame, and free from emotional energy stuck in the past. This freedom allows you to use all your energy to create the future you desire. Your mother perfectly fulfilled the role she agreed to play in your spiritual evolution. Now, it's your turn to honor that gift by becoming the most complete, conscious, and powerful version of yourself. This was always the true purpose of the entire journey, for you to discover and fully express who you really are. The greatest honor you can give your mother is to live an extraordinary life, using all the lessons she taught you to create a positive impact in the world. When you do that, you not only honor the contract between your souls, but also inspire others to transform their own family challenges into stepping stones toward a more full and conscious life.
If you're ready to unlock even deeper truths about the universe, click on the next video. Your journey is just beginning.